What I thought was different about this particular medical drama, well, it's a dramedy, first of all, which I really love. And really, I'm looking at the world of a hospital through the eyes of nursing. And we don't really deal with medical ailments every week per se, medical emergencies, but we deal with how patients and families are being affected by these medical emergencies. So I really felt like that was a very interesting take, because you're really dealing with the human soul, really dealing with human beings versus this particular problem, this physical problem that they're having.
Getting to work with Jada and the whole production staff, I've been friends with some of the producers for years, and the writing staff, and just the quality of the show. I knew that it would, at the very least, be a quality show, and to be part of something like this. And also, I've never played a doctor, so that was interesting. And, you know, as an actor, you just have to go where you're wanted, and I couldn't be wanted by a better group of people, so I was very lucky.
I was really attracted to the idea of everyday people who do extraordinary things, which are these nurses in this hospital. I found it to be a very inspirational piece, and I felt like, you know, during these difficult times that we're going through, to show these everyday heroes that reach for their inner hero, you know, each episode was just a really inspirational concept and idea. So, and I also really felt like I needed a lab to really explore my storytelling skills, learn more about story structure, and a place where I could really strengthen my producerial chops. So I felt like I needed to get back into the grind of television.
It's great shooting here because, you know, it's a real hospital, and I think it's only stopped working about 2 years ago. You can lean on the walls. You turn on a faucet, water comes out. It's not the feel of a set where everything's kind of flimsy. And you do feel the history and sort of the vibe of people having, you know, lived and died and been cured in a place like this. So it definitely adds to the mood of scenes.
I thought it was interesting to tell the stories from the nursing point of view, because it's the nurses who spend most of the time with the patients. You know, the doctors come in and they're there for about 15 minutes, but really it's the nurses that work the long shifts that are there for the patients, you know, for pretty much their stay at the hospital. So they are the ones that have to wear all the different hats. They have to be the psychologists, the wives, the husbands, the brothers, the sisters, whatever the patient needs at that particular time. They're there to facilitate that, and they are the patient's advocates. So
we have an amazing staff of on-set sort of medical advisors that tell us what is real and what isn't real. We also had a little thing called boot camp where we went for a day in the ER and sort of learned what the basics were, obviously. We were offered to go into the OR for a day, which I politely declined because I have no need to see a man's, you know, chest cavity wide open in real life. It's called acting, so I declined that one. But no, we have a great support group that sort of guide us through a lot of the medical terms. Obviously, you know, it's not in the ER vein. They had a lot of things to say. Our show is more about the relationships than the actual, you know, chloride, potassium and stuff.
Thank goodness my mother's a nurse, because she really helps me out a lot. But the medical jargon, it is really trying to, first of all, understand it all, and second of all, to learn to speak it in a way that it's natural, because it's a language that is so foreign to me. You know, I don't know anything about medicines. You know, so trying to make myself familiar with all the different terminologies and, you know, how you pronounce certain, you know, terms and the medicines, and just I didn't think, I was actually surprised at how challenging that is.
It's a fun set to work, even though the hours are pretty long. We always have a good time, even if we're in the middle of a heavy dramatic scene where someone's dying. It's quite fun between takes, so lucky.